The message wasn't sent 300 years ago.
Say it.
42 minutes ago.
The first message arrived at 0317 station time. At first, nobody noticed it. The Odyssey deep space station received thousands of signals every day. Navigation data, automated probes, mining reports, scientific transmissions. Most were handled by the station's computer without anyone ever seeing them. But this one was different. It came from Earth. Commander Adrian Cole stared at the transmission on the main screen. Then he read the coordinates again. Once, twice, a third time. His face slowly changed. "Marcus?" The communications officer looked up. "Yeah? Tell me that's a mistake." Marcus Vale turned toward the screen. "What am I looking at?" Adrian pointed at the origin of the signal. Marcus leaned closer. Then he stopped. The room went quiet. "That's impossible." Adrian didn't answer, because he was thinking the same thing. The signal had come from Earth. The problem was, Earth had been destroyed 312 years ago. Nobody alive had ever seen Earth. Not really. There were pictures, recordings, museums, stories passed down through generations. Blue oceans, green forests, white clouds, billions of people. Humanity's first home. But to everyone living in the modern colonies, Earth was history, the dead world, a graveyard. 300 years earlier, something had happened. The records called it the Silence. Nobody knew exactly how it began. Humanity's old interstellar network had collapsed. Every colony lost contact with Earth. For 11 years, there was nothing. Then a single automated message reached the surviving colonies. It contained only 6 words. Earth is no longer safe for human life. After that, nothing. No ships, no survivors, no further transmissions. Eventually, an expedition was sent back. They found only fragments. The moon was damaged, Earth's atmosphere was unstable, and the planet itself, gone. Not destroyed in the way planets usually were, not shattered, not burned, just missing. Where Earth had once existed, there was only empty space. Humanity never found out what happened. 3 centuries later, they had stopped trying. Until now. "Play it," Adrian said. Marcus hesitated. "Commander, play it." Marcus pressed the command. The speakers crackled. Static filled the control room. Then, a woman's voice, calm, clear, and unmistakably human. "This is Earth Emergency Command." Nobody moved. Marcus stared at the speakers. The voice continued. "To any surviving human vessel receiving this transmission." Adrian slowly stepped forward. "We require immediate assistance." A warning flashed across Marcus's screen. Signal degradation 0.003%. His eyes widened. "That's not possible." Adrian turned. "What?" Marcus pointed at the readings. A signal traveling for 300 years would be heavily degraded. Adrian looked back at the screen. "So?" Marcus swallowed. "This one isn't." The woman's voice continued. "If you are receiving this message, please respond immediately." Adrian walked toward the communications console. "Send a reply." Marcus looked at him. "Commander, if this is some kind of old automated broadcast, send it." Marcus nodded. He activated the transmitter. "This is Commander Adrian Cole of the Odyssey Deep Space Station." Silence. He waited, then continued.
We received your emergency transmission. Identify your situation. Nothing. The control room remained silent. Marcus sighed. Probably just an automated signal. Then every screen in the room went black. A second later, the woman's voice returned. But this time, it sounded different. Closer. Commander Cole. Nobody moved. Adrian stared at the speakers. Marcus slowly turned toward him. The woman continued. Thank you for answering. Adrian's heart began pounding. How does it know your name? He didn't answer. Instead, he stepped toward the microphone. Who is this? Silence. Then, please identify all personnel currently on the Odyssey. Marcus stared at Adrian. Don't tell it anything. Adrian nodded. Negative. The voice paused, then replied. Commander Adrian Cole, Communications Officer Marcus Vale, Dr. Elena Reyes, Lieutenant Sarah Okafa, Engineer Thomas Reed. Everyone froze. The voice continued. And 6 additional personnel. Marcus stepped away from the console. Shut it down. Adrian looked at him. What? Shut down communications. Marcus! Now! The station lights flickered. Then the woman's voice spoke again. Please do not disconnect. Every person in the room stared at the speakers. The voice continued. You have very little time.
Dr. Elena Reyes entered the control room 7 minutes later. She had been asleep when the emergency alarm activated. Now she stood beside the main console, staring at the signal. Where did this come from? Marcus answered. Earth. She laughed. Nobody else did. Her smile disappeared. Oh. She looked at the coordinates, then back at Adrian. This is a joke. No. Earth is gone. I know. You can't receive a live signal from a planet that doesn't exist. Marcus crossed his arms. That's what we've been saying. Elena moved closer to the display. What frequency? Marcus showed her. She frowned. That doesn't make sense. Nothing about this makes sense. No. Elena pointed at the waveform. This isn't a normal transmission. Adrian looked at her. What is it? She zoomed in. The signal changed. Lines of code appeared. Elena stared. Then her face went pale. What? Adrian asked. She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she enlarged a small section of the transmission. There. Marcus leaned closer. What am I looking at? Elena whispered. A timestamp. Adrian frowned. So? Elena slowly looked at him. The message wasn't sent 300 years ago. Silence. Marcus frowned. What? She checked the data again. Then again. Her hands began shaking. The message was sent. She stopped. Say it, Adrian said. Elena looked directly at him. 42 minutes ago. Nobody spoke. Marcus was the first to laugh, a short, nervous laugh. No. Elena nodded. Yes. From where? She pointed at the coordinates. Marcus looked, then looked again. His face turned pale. That's where Earth used to be. Adrian stared at the display. But there's nothing there. Marcus whispered. Apparently there is now. The woman's voice returned. Commander Cole. Adrian stepped toward the console. Who are you? The answer came immediately. My name is Dr. Evelyn Carter. Elena suddenly froze. Adrian noticed. You know that name? Elena stared at the screen. Everyone does. Marcus turned toward her. What? Elena slowly walked backward. Dr. Evelyn Carter was the last director of Earth Emergency Command. Adrian frowned. Was? She disappeared during the silence. The speakers crackled. Then Evelyn Carter's voice spoke again. I don't have much time. Adrian grabbed the microphone. Dr. Carter, Earth was destroyed 300 years ago. Silence.
Then, "No, Commander." Her voice became quieter. "It wasn't." Everyone in the room stared at the speakers. Adrian's expression hardened. What happened to Earth? For several seconds, there was nothing. Then the answer came. "We left." Marcus frowned. "Who left?" The station lights flickered. Every window automatically darkened. Adrian ran toward the observation window. The others followed. The darkened glass slowly cleared. At first, there was nothing. Stars, empty space. Then Elena stopped breathing. Far beyond the station, something appeared. A planet, blue, white, covered with clouds. Nobody moved. Marcus whispered, "No." Adrian stepped closer to the glass. The planet was impossible. It hadn't been there minutes ago. But there it was, hanging silently in space. Earth.
Every alarm on the Odyssey activated. Marcus ran back to his console. "Commander!" Adrian didn't turn. "What?" "The signal source changed." "To where?" Marcus looked at the screen, then slowly raised his eyes. "It's coming from the planet." Everyone turned toward Earth. The woman's voice filled the station. But this time, it wasn't coming from the speakers. It came from everywhere. The walls, the air, their helmets, their own communication devices. "Commander Cole." Adrian stared at the planet. "What?" There was a long silence. Then Dr. Carter spoke, and her next words made the entire crew freeze. "Do not come back to Earth." The transmission cut. For several seconds, nobody spoke. Then the station's external sensors activated automatically. A massive object had appeared on the far side of the planet. Adrian looked at the readings. His blood ran cold. "Marcus?" "Yeah? What is that?" Marcus stared at the screen. "I don't know." Elena slowly backed away. The object was enormous, larger than the moon, and it was moving. Not toward the Odyssey, not toward Earth. It was moving away, like it had been hidden behind the planet, waiting. Adrian looked at Earth again. Something about it was wrong. The oceans looked normal. The clouds looked normal. The continents. He stopped. "Zoom in." Marcus obeyed. The image sharpened. Adrian's face went pale. "That can't be right." Elena approached the screen. Then she saw it too. Earth's continents were wrong. Not slightly, completely. Cities covered regions that had once been oceans. Entire mountain ranges had disappeared. And in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, there was a single structure visible from orbit. A black, circular shape, hundreds of kilometers wide. Elena whispered, "What happened to this planet?" The station's speakers suddenly activated one final time. But the voice was no longer Dr. Carter's. It was deeper, colder, almost mechanical. "Return the humans." The lights went out, and somewhere below, on a planet that had been dead for 300 years, something opened its eyes.